Need help bidding government contracts? Stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that's going to help you get unstuck so you can be well on your way to securing your first, your second, or even multiple government contracts moving forward. So there are 3 essential things. Of course, you already know where to find the opportunities. And sometimes when you find these opportunities, they look overwhelming. There's a lot of pages. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. So you've just been parked at that space where you kind of gotten so far and then you just kind of like feel like you failed, right? So here are the things that's going to help you move the needle so that you're able to overcome the hurdles that are in your way from getting your money. So number 1 is pricing. Pricing is the number 1 biggest pitfall or hurdle for most small business entrepreneurs who are here for the first time and they're trying to figure out how to get a government contract. Yes, you may have somehow indirectly landed a subcontract before and they kind of told you the pricing, but you want a dialed in system on how to do this repeatedly and consistently without having to hope that something like that could occur again, right? And so with that, you have to understand strategies with pricing and how to profitably price your product correctly or service, right? And there are there are a bunch of different pricing strategies that are out there, but I'm gonna give you 2 or 3, maybe even 3, but I'm gonna give you at least 3 pricing strategies that's going to help you in this journey. Number 1, you can decide depending on the the cost to provide a service or a product. It kind of depends. Or if you have a product-based business, of course, they already have pricing for those products, and then you kind of do a markup. That markup could be anywhere from 50% to 100%, maybe even 300 to 400%. It depends on the cost, the shipping, and all those different things. All those factors go into it. But a sweet spot is this: maybe you can double or triple or quadruple the price, right? But that we're talking products. Most business entrepreneurs have a service-based business. So how do you price a service to where you're not underbidding or overbidding? And you just kind of like are highly competitive. Well, there's a bunch of different things that you can do when it comes to that. I'm going to share with you a couple. So number 1, for the professional service-based opportunities that are there, you can do past performance research, see what they've paid for before, and you can just kind of like mimic what they're already doing. That's number 1, right? Great strategy. Number 2, for professional service, you can get a quote from other competitors that are doing, or what we call competitors. They're not necessarily competitors. In this particular space where it's enough for everybody to become multimillionaires, they are more so considered partners, right? Rather than competitors. But you can get a quote from like 3 to 4 other, potential colleagues that are in your space. Get a quote from them and see how much would they charge for this scope of work. Now you're doing your market research live, right? And then you can either go with, a middle number or whatever floats your boat. Go with a middle number, but at least you have more of an idea professionally, what people are charging for that. And then kind of think about, well, you have to also ask yourself, are they charging that to other consumers, or are they in the government contracting space? Because there's a difference. With the government, they pay significantly more than what a consumer will pay. And so you definitely want to consider that difference, right? So do your research there. And then number 3, the third pricing strategy, for professional services is basically you can take a best guess, right? Most people don't want to do that. But you can take a best guess. Did you not know that there's success in failing forward, right? So you can take your best guess. When I first landed my initial government contract, like I took my best guess and I won it, right? So that kind of gave me an idea that, I was charging about $70,000 for 28 days of work. So that's about, for 2 hours, a little over $2,000 an hour or something like that. I took my best guess and I won it. So then for moving forward from there, I was like, okay, well, let me just up it a little bit more. And I won another one. Let me just up it a little bit more. So until they're like, you're overpriced, right? So that kind of being willing to, get no's before you get a yes is definitely going to be key as well. So those are some different ideas. So pricing is number 1, right? The second tip that I want to give you is it profitable? Profitability, right? So you want to price it in a way that is profitable. So you want to think about, how to put together your proposal and your offer in a way that, you're walking away with a surplus after it's said and done, after you've delivered the hours, delivered the services, paid your subs if you have subs, after you paid your raw costs of travel in order to get there, or maybe it's virtual and you have systems, and maybe there's like phone lines and all these other indirect and direct costs. Are you profitable? So you have to understand business in general for profitability. And tip number 3 is partnerships. Are you connecting with the right partners, right? Because there are so many opportunities that are out there that seems enormous, right? And most time, what small business entrepreneurs do, and this is where they fail the most, is they disqualify themselves. Like, well, I don't have this many years of experience. I don't have this many team members. This project is too big for me. And they're thinking me, I. You have to think partnerships in the government contracting space, because we're talking about 10xing what you're doing right now, right? Or more, right? So just taking whatever you're doing. If you're making like, maybe 200,000 in business, we're talking about 10xing that. That is taking 200,000 and turning it into $1 million, $2 million empire, right? So how do you do that? Well, you can't do it with I's and me's. You got to think about strategic partnerships. Maybe there's someone out there who does exactly what you do. This is where I say, you want to think of what you would normally call competitors as potential partners, because essentially that's what they are. That's where the power is. We are so much better together. And so what you want to do is, they may meet the minimum requirements. They may have the capacity. They may have employees. They may have the years of experience and past performance history and things of that nature. And so when you strategically partner with other people, you inherit their experience and it becomes yours. And now you can go after those opportunities that's seemingly too large for you, because now you know how to do it and approach that. So those are the 3 tips: pricing, partnerships, and profitability. Those are just some of the things that you need to know about bidding. Of course, this is a seemingly complex industry, right? It seems like it's hard to navigate, but when you have a blueprint, when you have a guide, when you have the right advisor showing you and walking you through the process, it just makes things easier. So here's what we're going to be doing. Live in Dallas, Texas, February 14th through the 16th. It's a 3-day event, really 2.5. But are you going to be there? Because here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to dive into winning government contracts. This event is called Winning Government Contracts Live. We're going to talk about pricing, partnerships, profitability, and everything else that you need to know about proposals. This is where the money is, right? The proposals. I want you to think about understanding the proposal writing process as the key to the vault. When you know how to do this, you unlock unlimited potential to make as much money as your heart so desires in the government contracting space. So we're going to show you all of that. Everything you need, you're going to learn it in Winning Government Contracts Live, February 14th through the 16th. Join us. Who is this for? This is for those of you who have already tried bidding and you're confused, you're stuck. You already have your capabilities. Maybe you already know what you want to sell to the government, but you're stuck. You don't know what to do next. You've already tried bidding. Maybe you've won a couple bids here and there accidentally, but you don't have a dialed-in system on how to do it. So this is for those who are like, I got my cage code, I got my capability statement, I got this, and that. Well, do you have a bid? And if not, child, you want to be in the room, because I'm going to show you how to walk away understanding the full bidding process, so you know that you can win in this new year. So are y'all ready to take your business to the next level? You're going to learn from experts like myself. You're going to learn from other people who are succeeding in the government contracting space right in the room, and connect with other business partners that will be in the room, so you could potentially partner and go after some lucrative opportunities together. So this is what you're going to walk away with. So we provide knowledgeable insights about the government contracting process, how to basically bid, what are the components of bidding, and how to keep your pipeline full of opportunities that you can go after and competitively start winning. So we'll see you there. Be sure to click on the link somewhere around this video, and I'll see you on the inside. All right, let's go.